Oklahoma. Let's see what's been going on. I've just been driving solo pretty much. I waited for the truck to be out of the shop for 4 days over there in Springfield, and I finally got it on Wednesday. And then I waited another day because I needed some other stuff at the yard, and then I left on Thursday. And I went to Illinois up there, and then I went to Kentucky. Then I went from Wellston, Ohio to basically Kansas City, Missouri. Then from I think it's Olathe or Ottawa, Kansas to down here in Ardmore, Oklahoma, and another stop over here somewhere else in Oklahoma. And then I come over here and I stopped. Now I'm headed over to Fort Smith, Arkansas to pick up in the morning. Take that over to Little Rock. Not much of a load, it's a little hopper load. All these loads have been paying pretty good. I mean, about $2 a mile or more. Hope it stays like that. And I've been pretty busy, so I've been doing pretty good. But I wasn't nothing much to talk about, so I ain't been making any YouTube videos because I couldn't think of any topics. It's kind of in a YouTube funk. Oh well, it took me a little break. A little too long of a break though. But anyway, I got me a topic now. I'm going to talk about what I think of the situation with TNT training in the present environment. Maybe I'll share some numbers with you. Not maybe, I will. I wrote them all down here on the paper. So, I mean, I don't want it to sound like it's all about money, but it's all about money, mostly. If it's not profitable to you to train, then I don't know why anyone would do it. Like, I enjoy training, I enjoy being with somebody, and I enjoy teaching them and being with them and watching them progress and everything. I enjoy all that. But the main reason people train is for money. And anyone that says that they don't, I mean, there might be the rare anomaly of 1 or 2 people that don't train for money at all. But 99% of people are training for the money. And right now, that money's just not there. And it's several reasons. One of them, the economy and the market is just horrible, and you can't get the loads or the runs you used to get. And Prime raised the pay from, I was paying $700 back in 2021, and back then they used to subsidize the pay. So my total cost in 2021 that I was paying, that cost to me was about $500 a week. Because when I would do less miles, they would subsidize it and pay some of the difference. But now they no longer do that. And then when they raised it to $900 in 22, I can't remember, sometime in 22 they raised it. Like the beginning of the summer, they raised it to $900 guaranteed. And right then I was paying $1,100 a week to the student from $500. So it went up $600 a week. But then you could still do it because you were getting the revenue, see? And the market wasn't total crap. And now, the last guy I had, Leo, I was paying him when we were running a full week. He was costing about $1,300 a week with the new $12 an hour, plus you get the 4 free hours, and you get $12 an hour for all the hours you run, plus those 4 free hours, all the hours on duty and driving. So they raised it again from $900, about another $200, without exactly saying they raised it $200, but it was raised. And there's no subsidy or no help from Prime at all anymore on that. And it just doesn't sit well with me. Even when you go like when my truck was broke down when it got hit, and we were stuck at the yard getting the truck fixed. They don't help you at all. They just hang you out to dry and make you pay the wages. So while we were sitting there, I had a $1,000 bill for my trainee because I had to pay him, and they didn't help me out at all. And then I had my truck payment, and so that week I got $2,000 in the hole, like $2,300 in the hole. And the previous week I was $1,700 in the hole. But so that just didn't really sit well with me. There's no help at all from Prime's into stuff. They got all the benefits of you training their employee, but they pretty much just hang you out to dry for everything. Even if the student crashes your truck, they make you pay all the deductibles and everything. To me, it's just a little too much of my skin in the game of training. I think they need to come in and help out a little bit more, make it more attractive to people. I don't mean to bash on Prime, but I just think the system is not right for lease operators to be training TNT, especially not right now in this market. But I don't want it to sound like I'm negative Prime, but a little bit on this TNT structure they have for a lease operator. It's not fair right now. It doesn't seem quite fair to me. I think if they needed to raise the pay to cover from the lawsuits, that they should chip in some, not make us pay the entire amount. All the raises went to us and none went to them. And so from in 2 years I went from paying $500 from the trainee costing me $500 a week. I went back and looked at my settlements, and that's what it was to me. They were paying some of it back then, because if you didn't get enough miles, they used to subsidize you and pay part of the wages. But that ain't how it is anymore. You still pay the whole thing. So I went from 2021, summer of 2021, paying them $500 a week for the trainee, to the summer of 23, I'm now paying $1,275. And I'm not getting near the loads I was getting in 21. Not even close. So it's really tough. It's tough to make money as a trainer. I was making solo money to my bank account. But I'm doing all the work to train somebody for them to take away when I'm done. When I finally get them good, they go away to them. So there's no advantage to me really to do it, because I'm not making an income to justify it like I used to be back in 21 and 22. Even in 22 I was making okay, because it was costing me $200 less. It still sucked compared to what it was in 21, but not like it is now. Like pretty much now in this environment, if you TNT train, unless it's different for you than it was for me, pretty much when the truck is running while you're asleep, instead of you making money like you used to, now the truck's just running to pay the wages of the student and its own maintenance. So pretty much the truck is running for no reason, no benefit to you. So let's see, let me put on my stupid little glasses so I can read this. Let's see. So, while I had Leo, my revenue, I had him for 22 weeks, TNT, which is a lot. And I did take a lot of off time. I took 4 weeks off in 22 weeks, because I go home every 4 to 5 weeks for 5 days. But I'm saying it was 4 weeks. So with that all together, I was averaging about $6,000 a week in revenue was my average. And on here, I only made Twice I made $11,000 in revenue. Once I made, well, basically twice I made, 3 times I made $11,000 out of all those weeks in revenue. And twice I made a little over $9,000 in revenue. So that's 5 weeks out of 22 weeks that I made the money I should have been making. The rest of the weeks I was making, I have one $8,000 week, couple $7,000 weeks, maybe 3 $7,000 weeks, about 3 $6,000 weeks, and a bunch of below $5,000 weeks. And it didn't help that in August I went negative $3,400 or something like that. So it's not all Prime's fault, because I did take a lot of off time, but still, it's just not there, in my opinion. The revenue's not there to justify training at this time with that wage. Like, they couldn't have raised that wage at a worse time than they did. They raised it when it was like the worst possible time. When the market tanked, and then they go, oh, well, you're going to pay another $200 a week. It's horrible. And my wage expense over all those weeks is averaging about $1,200 a week. That's excluding all the off weeks when I didn't pay it nothing at all. And that's another thing, they were asking me to pay them when I was off, which I refused to do when somebody's at home. If they want him paid, they should pay him. Let's see, my average gross to my bank account. In my bank account, I guess my net, not my gross. And I excluded the 4 weeks I was off, so my average was $19.88 to my bank account. Every week, that was my average. Which is solo money. So basically, I trained somebody and didn't make any more money than I would have made. Maybe a touch more, but not much. Not enough to justify all what you go through training somebody. And, sleeping while the truck's moving, all the risk to my truck, all the wear and tear on my truck. Basically, the wear and tear on the truck is, it's just needless wear and tear, because you're not benefiting from the wear and tear. And I don't remember, my wife calculated it, but I had some ungodly amount of a maintenance number of upkeep. And let me put this on here so you don't go blind from this, but it lights up a little better. That's better. But yeah, so while you're running the truck, while the student's running the truck, you're basically not making any money anymore. So you might as well just park it and sleep at night in a non-moving truck, because you're not making money while the truck's moving. Not in this market, and with this new wage. And I know the students deserve to be paid, and some of them don't think they're being paid enough, but it's too much on the lease operator to pay to make it worth training. Maybe if the market was going great guns like it was, but it's not. And I think Prime needs to kick in their 28% of those wages, because that would make it, in my book, that would make it more doable. I mean, why don't they kick in their 28%? They're getting 28%. They should pay 28% of the wage. And they should take on 28% of the risk, or some form of the risk on the truck, because they're getting all the benefits, When I'm done with the trainee, they're gone off my truck, so I don't no longer get any more benefits from them. They got all the benefits the whole time, and they got someone that can drive a truck. And I'm just thinking it's not really worth it, because I can probably make the same just solo and sleeping at night and having my space and my sanity. Not that Leo was doing anything to take away my sanity. And I feel really bad about it, because I like training. But it's just not in this market. It's not really worth it. It's not economically worth it to do. And this ain't a bash prime. I don't know what's going on, but I think they need to reevaluate what's going on. And I think they're having trouble getting trainers because they always ask for trainers. And I don't think they have enough because nobody really wants to do it because there's no incentive really to do it anymore. Because the market is just not there. Somebody might be making some money at it somehow, but I wasn't. I don't know if I'm going home too much. Maybe I probably am going home too much, but I like to do things at my house, and I got a life over there. So if I'm going to train, I'm still going to go home like I did. And I think the amount of miles is too many. I think there's a lot of things against it right now. It just makes it unbearable for the student, almost, the length of time. And I mean, it wasn't unbearable for me because I enjoyed having Leo with me, but it did stretch on and on and on, it seemed like. But anyway, there's positive to training. It's enjoyable, but if the money's not there, the stress isn't worth it, in my book. I think I went through all these numbers. It was just, when I did all these numbers, it came out to me looking like solo money. It don't look like training money to me. Training money to me is over $3,000 to my bank account. And I only did that, let's see, I can't see a dang thing without my glasses. I only did that 1, 2, 3, only 3 times out of 22 weeks. I did have a lot of troubles though. I had one time $4,400 went to my bank account, one time $5,300 went to my bank account, and one time $3,600 went to my bank account. But other than that, they were under 3,000, and significantly under 3,000, a lot of them. And some of them I subsidized with my forgiven lease payment, and sometimes when I went home, I subsidized with my e-fund, so I don't count those. So it was ugly, an ugly 22 weeks. Not good at all. A lot of problems, no loads, sitting around. You know, me on the bottom bunk asleep, Leo on the top bunk asleep. So it was not pretty. But I wouldn't give up on Leo, because I'm not going to just make him have to go to someone else. I'm going to finish what I started. So I got it done. And now I'm probably just going to run solo for the foreseeable future and see what I can make, because it just doesn't seem economically worth it to me. It wears out your truck, and it wears out you almost needlessly. So, and I'm not, I know I was talking about another guy coming on my truck that I had lined up, but something happened and he can't come on now. So I'm not, I didn't dump him. So he told me he can't come because something came up. So that's fine. I'm not mad at him. Actually, I was a little bit relieved because all this that I'm talking about right now, because I'm just ready to run solo. And a lot of the time I'm ready to run solo anyway after I train somebody, so that might be what a lot of this is, but it's still very frustrating the way this financially turned out, this round of training. It wasn't lucrative at all. It wasn't anywhere near what it used to be. It's not there. It's not at all good. So that's about all I got. I'm going to be making some more videos. I don't know what topics I can talk about. Maybe I'll bring my dog on and I don't know. I made some videos before where I was showing stuff and it didn't seem like anybody wanted to watch them. Not mine anyway. I guess you guys like me talking. But other people do that and they get 80 million zillion subscribers and views. I don't know. I don't understand it. I think my people like me talking or something. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know if I got anything else to say about the TNT training except that it's just not there right now. I don't mean to bash Prime or do anything negative against Prime. I like Prime. It's a really good company, but I think TNT training for a lease operator is not there right now with the structure that they've set up and the way the current market is. It's bad. So if you want to train, just take that into your thoughts, and maybe it'll be different for you. Maybe I'm just lazy and wasn't running hard, but I don't think so. I would run, but the loads just weren't there, and I had a lot of issues too. So you just decide for yourself. Maybe you'll be able to do it and do better than me. But for me, I don't think I'm going to do it until I see that the economy is much better. And that happening to pay people when I'm broke down just doesn't sit well with me. And having no help at all financially from Prime when I'm training their employee. Well, anyway, I guess that's long enough. I hope this ain't too negative of a video. Kind of is, but it's just my honest review of the way I feel about the TNT situation right now. I think if you want to train, you'd be doing better off to do PSD, because they're not training you, they're paying you to do that for $100 a week. And you'd have, like, you're getting advantage of a little bit of an extra clock because you could pretty much run super solo. But then you got people on and off your truck constantly too, because it only takes a couple of weeks to get somebody ready to get their license, and then you'd be on to the new guy. But that would be the way to do it, I think, if you want to train right now. Skip the TNT. But anyway, y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. I like all the new subscribers. I like all my old subscribers too. And y'all take care. Y'all be nice. Y'all have a good one. I'll talk to y'all later.